start at the head and we'll go back. Do this quite simply. When you are putting on your bridle, make sure your bit is actually in the corner of your horse's mouth. Okay, their cheek should be just like smiling a little bit. Rule of thumb, there should be at least 1 wrinkle. I'm not saying 28 wrinkles, you don't suck it right up, but make it snug. If you have ported bits that are hanging down in your horse's mouth, guaranteed I'll see 7 or 8 of those today. I'm going to ask you to tighten up your head stall. Okay, if they're hanging down, they're just messing with your horse's teeth, that's no good. Or their mouth's wide open, probably for a reason. Chin straps, leather, single chains, whatever, you should be able to get a couple fingers under there quite easily. If it is hanging way down and the shanks of your bit are pointing back at you and your chin strap's not touching the horse, then you may as well take it off, right? You need to adjust it properly. Ideally, if your shanks are back a couple inches, your chin strap should be biting. Okay? That's that. Reins, preference, whatever you want. Tie downs, most horses, a flat noseband is good, like 99% of them. If you have a horse that's really strong, you might want to put out something with a little more bite to it, but the biggest thing is length. When that horse is standing comfortably, this horse is almost asleep. It should be basically, you know, not tight so it's sucking his nose down, just comfortable. If there's a big bubble in it when he's standing normal and he's got to go up to find it, that just makes things way harder for you to rope. Your horse actually wants some security from you. And so if his head's in a normal spot and it's tight, he can learn just to run in the tie down and keep his head nice and controlled out of your way. Okay? Bell boots, put them on. So instead of saving money on your boots in the mud and not wearing them, put them on. Like, Dad's not actually roping right now, but I suggest splint boots all around. If you got an expensive horse and you're not willing to put a couple $100 in boots on, then, I mean, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Put boots on your horses. Breast collars, if you're a header, you should have a wider tripping collar, I would suggest. And make sure it's really simple. There's a point of the shoulder, you can find it super easy. Make sure your breast collar is above that. If it's below, you're impeding your horse's natural movements with his front legs. It's not doing any good. Sometimes you see guys hook it up top here. I mean, that's okay. But the angle is kind of goofy then. It acts more of like a choking kind of deal up on their neck than it does something that they can actually pull off of down on their chest. Make sure your saddle fits. If it's touching the withers, it's too wide. If it's sitting up 5 inches, it's too narrow. There's different pads and stuff you can get to help with that. But if you got a saddle that just doesn't fit a horse, you just have to change it up. A general team roping saddle is going to fit like 95% of horses. I train horses and ride all kinds. I got a couple saddles that basically fit everything. Sometimes you got to make a little adjustments, but yeah, typically if you got the right size saddle, it should work. Cinches, that's a preference thing. I like these neoprene cinches, the Feather Flex from Classic. I like them a lot. They dry out like literally in 60 seconds. They can be soaked. You flop them over your saddle, leave the saddle on the fence for 60 seconds. Wipe it off, it's dry. Start again on the next horse. Hair cinches are maybe better if you're gonna ride for 15 straight hours, but they're gonna take a long time to dry out. So if you have to go from horse to horse with a saddle, I wouldn't suggest a hair cinch. You don't really want to stick a wet one on a dry horse. Back cinches, a wider back cinch for heel horses better. Doesn't matter, those skinny ones are just fine too. But the most important thing is there's a strap between your front and back cinch called your hobble strap or connector strap. Make sure you have one, number one. Number two, make sure it's actually tight. Like, this back cinch should never be able to slide further back than what this one is. Okay, so from your D-ring, that back cinch, like your latigo and your cinch should be, or your billet should be perfectly straight up and down or slightly forward. Okay, I don't know any horses that enjoy a cinch back in their flank. It's just the way it is. All right. If you have an old crusty leather one on there that you haven't conditioned, or it's been on there for like 5 years, it's probably ready to break. So you should check that thing. I used to, like, before biothane was invented or whatever back in the day, we used to just braid together some rope or whatever, have your leather connector, and then have like a safety strap in there too. It just, why not? I'm on horses that aren't good all the time. So I try to do everything possible to make it a little bit safer. I just cut a little slit in my back cinch, give myself an inch so there's lots there, run the hobble strap right through it. Then it's like, to me, that makes me feel a little better about what I do for a living. But yeah, just do a few of those things. It'll save possibly your life. Last thing is pads. Buy a good one. There's really no excuse not to anymore. Or find someone that has one. If you aren't gonna buy one of these good pad or whatever, just a Navajo blanket kind of deal with some sort of felt pad on top is great. Those have worked forever. Just make sure you have enough cushion there. Okay, that's about it.